How was visual signaling used for communication in WWI? Imagine being in the middle of a chaotic battlefield with no radios or phones to send messages. How did soldiers manage to stay connected and coordinate their actions? That's where visual signaling came into play. During World War I, visual signals became a vital way to communicate quickly and effectively, especially when other methods were unreliable or unavailable. One of the most common tools was signal flags. These were small, lightweight flags, often in bright colors like blue and white, that soldiers would wave or hold in specific positions to spell out messages. They worked well during daylight and in open areas. But, of course, the signaler had to be visible to their allies and not caught in enemy sight. This meant they often worked in risky spots, exposed to sniper fire or enemy observation. Another method was signal lamps. These were battery-powered devices that flashed light in Morse code by opening and closing shutters or tilting mirrors. Signal lamps could send messages over short distances from trench to trench or between units. The operators used telescopes or periscopes to read incoming signals, making it a pretty precise way to communicate. But flashing light toward enemy lines could also give away positions, so soldiers had to be careful when using these lamps. The heliograph was a fascinating piece of technology. It used a mirror to reflected sunlight in flashes that represented Morse code. Soldiers would aim the mirror at a distant receiver and send messages by flashing sunlight. This method could reach up to 50 miles in open terrain, making it perfect for long-distance communication across battlefields or overland campaigns. Weather and terrain could block sunlight, though, which limited its use sometimes. Visual signaling was faster than running messengers or writing notes. It allowed soldiers to send urgent orders quickly, especially in the chaos of trench warfare. But it also had its dangers. Signalers had to be out in the open, often risking enemy fire. Despite these risks, visual signals remained essential because they worked when telephone lines were down or radio technology was still new and fragile. Radio communication was developing during the war, but early radios were heavy, fragile, and easy to intercept. Visual signaling complemented radio by providing a stealthy way to stay in touch without alerting the enemy. It was especially useful during radio silence or when radio signals could be jammed or intercepted. In the end, visual signaling in World War I used flags, lamps, and heliographs to send Morse code messages over different distances. These methods kept armies connected in the trenches and open fields, helping commanders coordinate their troops and respond quickly to changing situations. They were simple, practical, and sometimes dangerous, but they played a key role in wartime communication.